Hey there, YouTube. You know, living in Utah, sometimes you have a lot of people on the road who really, don't know what they're doing. And you get into some really heated situations, and on more than one occasion, and as I'm sure all of you have, I've received the finger. And, you know, sometimes it gets me really upset. I get really angry. And sometimes I hold on to that for a really long time, like all day. I'll just think oh, that guy was such a jerk. You know, on the days that I'm feeling in a little more control of myself, gosh, why does that bother me so much? Why do I allow these people to have such control over me? And then that makes me think of a quote from David A. Bednar back in 2006. When we believe or say we have been offended, we usually mean we feel insulted, mistreated, snubbed, or disrespected. And certainly clumsy, embarrassing, unprincipled, and mean-spirited things do occur in our interactions with other people that would allow us to take offense. However, it is ultimately impossible for another person to offend you or to offend me. Indeed, believing that another person offended us is fundamentally false. To be offended is a choice that we make. It is not a condition inflicted or imposed on us by someone or something else. You and I are agents, and we primarily are to act and not to be acted upon. To believe that someone or something can make us feel offended, angry, hurt, or bitter diminishes our moral agency and transforms us into objects to be acted upon. As agents, however, you and I have the power to act and to choose how we will respond to an offensive or hurtful situation. This statement was really important to me in my life for a very long time. It still is. It made me really rethink how I thought about things and how I reacted. I realized that there are probably some things that I missed out on. How many times have I been angry or hurt? Maybe I missed out on making a friend. I didn't get to do something that could have been fun. There are so many things that I could have missed out on because I was angry and I really wanted to just, you know, puff up and be angry. So since then, I've really tried to not allow these kinds of things to bother me as much, which, I mean, obviously I'm not going to be perfect about, and nobody really can, but try to control myself a little bit more. It's important to note, though, that, you know, although we can control what we do, sometimes we can't control how we feel. It's perfectly normal to feel angry or frustrated or sad or confused. It's really normal to feel all of these things, and most of the time those feelings are completely valid. I think that most of these kinds of misunderstandings with people come from a lack of viewing each other complexly. What I mean by that is we need to consider other people a little bit more and see them not as just objects in our way, but as people who have their own motivations, their own problems. While what they do to us isn't always okay, sometimes there's a reason. You know, maybe we would do the same thing in their situation. Sometimes that's hard to believe. We're giving them too much credit in those situations. But I promise you'll be a lot happier if you view your life that way. Even if it's not true, you'll definitely be happier with you and the people around you. You know, we can't always control how we feel, but we can control what we do about it.